Buzz with a CTV News update. A winter weather advisory is in effect tonight with snow expected to blanket our region. In Prince George's County, the Department of Public Works and Transportation has already pre-treated roads in our area. The department will have some 150 trucks out overnight into tomorrow, roaming the county, treating and plowing if necessary. Spokesperson Paulette Jones says her department is in it for the long haul.
Apparently, according to AccuWeather, this particular event will run until Friday. We do expect another system to come through Sunday or Monday sometime, but it's my understanding that we'll actually be in this active pattern until February the 22nd. So we're in for a long haul in terms of continuing to monitor our roadways and treat them as we deem necessary.
Jones says her department is responsible for 1,900 miles of roads in Prince George's, and she adds if you don't have to go out during the storm, don't. It's day 2 of Donald Trump's historic impeachment trial. House managers led by Maryland's Jamie Raskin began laying out their case today, claiming that former President Trump intentionally incited the deadly riot at the Capitol on January 6th. On a 56-44 vote yesterday, the Senate determined that it does have the jurisdiction to try a former president. Raskin today said they will have a trial based on facts. He said Trump's lawyers, who were criticized as being disorganized and random, are ignoring the facts. Here is some of Raskin's argument as he laid out the House's case.
The jurisdictional constitutional issue is gone. Whether you were persuaded by the president's constitutional analysis yesterday or not, the Senate voted to reject it. And so the Senate is now properly exercising its jurisdiction and sitting as a court of impeachment, conducting a trial on the facts. We are having a trial on the facts. The House says ex-President Donald Trump incited a violent insurrection against Congress and the Constitution and the people. The president's lawyers and the president say his conduct was totally appropriate, and he's essentially an innocent victim of circumstances, like the other innocent victims that we'll see getting caught up in all of the violence and chaos over the next several days.
Each side will have 16 hours over the course of 2 days to make their case. The trial could wrap up as early as this weekend. House Speaker Adrian Jones's police reform bill received some unexpected criticism from the ACLU and other groups. The bill is based on recommendations provided by the House Work Group to address police reform and accountability in Maryland. Jones convened the group following the death of George Floyd in late May. The sweeping changes, including limiting no-knock warrants, creating a statewide use of force statute, and repealing the Law Enforcement Officers' Bill of Rights. While the ACLU and other groups support the general intent of the bill, they've opted instead to rally behind more aggressive single-issue bills.
There was a 2015 report done by the ACLU, and it talked about concerns regarding policing and domestic violence and sexual assault victims. And 88% of the respondents reported that police sometimes or often do not believe victims or blamed victims for the violence. These are the very police officers who we listened to testimony regarding hours that we needed to improve upon their practices, and this is an issue for them as well.
Among the bills, the ACLU supports a measure sponsored by Delegate Gabrielle Acevero that would make officer disciplinary records available for inspection under the Public Information Act. The Senate overrides Governor Hogan's veto of a bill that would require background checks for sales of long guns and rifles. The vote was part of 3 criminal justice bills the Senate overrode yesterday. But it was the effort to require background checks on rifles that drew the toughest debate. Republican members argued that it was an imposition on law-abiding gun owners and would not have an effect on violent crime. The bill now moves to the House when it returns for a floor session on Thursday. Leaders from 22 jurisdictions in Maryland are calling for more vaccine data transparency. They've written a letter to the governor asking that the state health department release more data on the vaccination program. Meantime, Congressman Anthony Brown is criticizing the governor for not streamlining the vaccine registration process. Brown says a one-stop registration portal would be better for Maryland.
I think we can do a lot better in centralizing the effort. When I say centralize, it doesn't mean that the state is running everything. It means they coordinate and plan at the state level. They work in cooperation with local health departments and partners, and I think that's how we get the job done.
Meantime, Prince George's County Council member Mel Franklin is asking the governor to revise the state's vaccination plan. He says the state should prioritize communities hardest hit by the pandemic, like Prince George's. An update on COVID-19 cases in the state. There are 33 new deaths, bringing the total to 7,267 in Maryland. Montgomery County has more than 1,300, the highest number in the state. The jurisdiction now plans to reopen indoor dining on Sunday to 25% capacity. Montgomery County is the latest in the region, is the last in the region to reopen indoor dining. Meantime, Prince George's has more than 1,200 total deaths. Maryland State Police are investigating a car crash that left one person dead and another injured. It happened late last night on the southbound lanes of Route 1 near Ritz Way in Beltsville. Investigators say the vehicle traveled off the right shoulder, hitting telephone and billboard support poles. The driver of the car, 17-year-old Lester Perez Solis, was killed. His passenger, also a 17-year-old male, was injured and taken to a hospital. Police say alcohol was not a factor. The cause remains under investigation. Well, you're watching CTV News. I'm Keisha Butts. We'll be back in one moment.
Hey Maryland, Election Day is almost here. Stay safe and avoid the lines by voting early. Visit an early voting center near you October 26th through November 2nd between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. Or vote on Election Day, November 3rd between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. Confirm vote center locations ahead of time. Same-day voter registration is available. If you're voting by mail, return your ballot by 8 p.m. on November 3rd. Visit elections.maryland.gov/2020 to find a vote center near you.
Welcome back. A teenager has been arrested for allegedly fatally stabbing a taxi driver in Chilham over the weekend. The suspect is 14-year-old Romeo Cuellar. Officers were called to the 7300 block of Riggs Road Sunday night. When police arrived, they found 46-year-old Humberto Camacho in a parking lot suffering from multiple stab wounds. He later died at a hospital. The suspect has been charged as an adult with first and second-degree murder. The Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission wants you to know its water is safe to drink following a hacking situation in Florida. A hacker unsuccessfully tried to poison a public water supply remotely last week. WSSC wants you to know it's working around the clock to ensure something like that doesn't happen here. The company, which serves Prince George's and Montgomery counties, says it tests the water supply thousands of times throughout the year. It also says it has security to monitor its facilities.
We work with our partners, the Department of Homeland Security, with the state law enforcement agencies, with our local law enforcement agencies, just to make sure that we are well abreast of all the common threats, where they are, how they may be changing, so that we can shift our security to meet whatever the moment demands.
WSSC says you can call 301-206-8888 if you suspect a security threat. Staff members at the school system central garage are demanding better working conditions. Bus garage coordinator Victor Stevens says there's a lack of PPEs. He also says social distancing is a problem and they're not receiving hazard pay while working during the pandemic. According to Stevens, hot water has been an ongoing issue for about 30 years. He claims 4 different locations, including Marlboro Bus Lot, lack scrub sinks and bathrooms for mechanics.
It's really scary because I have some underlying conditions and a few other, and you don't want to take that home. They've had to shut down our locations a couple times, and that just throws I don't know whether you've been part of a, quarantine when your family, and then you got to go home and tell your wife, and you do that over a holiday, and everything is turned upside down. It has been a very, very trying time.
The school system does not have a comment at this time. Marylanders still have time to apply for health insurance. Governor Larry Hogan extends the enrollment period until May 15th for the state's health benefit exchange. If you enroll by February 15th, your coverage starts this month. If you sign up between February 16th to March 15th, your coverage starts March 1st. For more information, visit marylandhealthconnection.gov. You can also call 1-855-642-8572 to speak with health navigators and brokers. COVID vaccine availability has been a problem across the state. Despite the challenges, the city of Laurel is encouraging residents to sign up for the vaccine. The city has produced a public service announcement hoping to sway reluctant residents.
Take the shot, take the shot, take the shot, take the shot. Take this shot, take this shot, take this shot, take this shot.
Not that shot, the COVID-19 shot. Take that shot.
I'm Mayor Craig Moe, and I'll take the shot, and so should you. COVID-19 vaccines are safe and they're effective.
A longtime cancer survivor launches a television web series for breast cancer patients and survivors. The Tigerlily Foundation, led by founder Mayma Carmo, created the Breathe TV web series. It provides patients and survivors an opportunity to talk about topics that aren't often discussed openly in the breast cancer community. Breathe TV aired the first episode on Facebook back in January. Host and 14-year survivor Carmo hopes the platform will help connect women impacted by the disease.
I don't believe there's any other breast cancer television show that is for patients by patients. I've been interviewed by many people countless times about my breast cancer journey, and I've seen other patients be interviewed as well. But it's by a doctor or a professional, anchor, which is wonderful to give the exposure. But patients want to feel that the person they're talking to understands their experience and has walked by them and has walked in their shoes. And so there is a void in the breast cancer space in terms of a TV series that talks about it, one where there's a connected, intertwined sister experience. So Breathe really gives people that idea of this is what breast cancer could look like. You could be looking healthy and happy and be a runner or be the most active person, but you have to be your own best advocate.
Episode 2 of Breathe TV web series will air on Facebook Live tomorrow, February 11th at 1 p.m. For more information, visit tigerlilyfoundation.org. He was a mentor to many, a tireless advocate for people of Maryland, and a staunch party liner. That's how many remember Joseph Kitchen, the former president of the Young Democrats of Maryland. Before Kitchen died last summer, he created a program for young Democratic professionals to get more people involved in the political process and to help elect Democratic candidates on the ballot. Now his goal has become a reality.
His passion was unmatched, and it was infectious. And he brought a lot of young people into the Democratic Party, into the process, because of his commitment and because of his energy.
You're planning to honor him. Tell us about what you're doing for his legacy.
This Joseph Kitchen Memorial Fund, this is a conversation actually that Joseph started. And he said it would be nice if we had a program similar to the Maryland Democratic Party trustee program, but for young professionals. So we would do events for them similar to what we offer to our trustees, where we bring in speakers and have events. They serve on our diversity leadership councils and other things. But the main thing with this program, it's a way for young professionals to give to the party, but also to engage with our leaders in the party.
Enrollment is open for Maryland Democrats under 40. To learn more about the program, log on to mddems.org. Well, let's get a quick check on our 3-day weather forecast. A winter weather advisory will be in effect until tomorrow. Expect snow throughout the evening with a low around 31. Thursday, snow conditions continue throughout the day with a high near 34 and a low around 26. Friday, cloudy with a chance of snowy mix. Daytime temps reach a high near 32 and a low around 26. Saturday, the snowy mixture continues with a high near 32 and a low around 27. And now for the community calendar. Listen to your heart and put it to work. Hear from local medical and health professionals on lifestyle habits for a healthy heart. Participants will also hear personal testimonies and receive additional information on COVID-19. The virtual event is tonight, February 10th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. To register, visit the link or the website on your screen. And that wraps up our newscast. Join us again tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Have a good night.